to cover some class-specific tactics with this. I think I'll just think you through them. I don't think there's any need to demonstrate them. We'll just end up with people dead all over the place. So these are some tactics that I find useful, and these are what I try and do. When you're going up against a scout who's jumping all over the place, it's hard to hit him because he's dodging you. If you look out and watch where he's double jumping, after he's done his second jump, you can predict where he's going to land. So he jumps one way and then he jumps another way to dodge you. The second time he jumps, he has to land where he's aiming, and he can't move again in the mid-air. So you can use that to stick a rocket at where he's going to land, leading your target again. And then if he is in the air and jumping about you, I find switching the shotgun just as good at taking them out. Against pyros, I find the best tactics to bounce them, shoot them in the feet. You've just got to be careful of them with their air blast, firing your own rockets back at you. So trying to catch pyros who aren't paying you attention and then hitting them when they're not looking at you, blasting them up in the air, keeps them away from you, and you can finish them off with a shotgun or another rocket when they land. Spies, tactics for dealing with spies. As a soldier, you're really slow, and you're a really good target, I find, for spies. Get a lot of backstabs. I really dislike spies. I find shooting everyone you come across who looks even a little bit iffy is the best tactic for finding spies. Anyone looks a bit out of the ordinary, give them a rocket up the bum. I also mentioned earlier that if you bang into a cloaked spy, first reaction might be to fire off your rocket launcher at him. That's alright if you're full on health, but if you're low on health, you don't want to do that because you'll kill yourself rather than kill him. So if you bang into a spy, switch to shotgun. I find that's best. Snipers, once again you're a slow target. I find that makes you an easier target for snipers. They've also got quite a big head, I think.
Oh yeah.
Staying out of their way is I like to... You kind of get to know where snipers are watching, and try not to take those routes, but if you have to, when you come round try and jump round the corners or rocket jump over it and come at different angles from them. Also keep dodging left and right, I find helps a lot. Don't go running in a straight line at them. Try strafing left and right while you're going towards them. And then rocket jumping, just put them off as well. But the problem with rocket jumping is good snipers, they can predict where you're going. So they shoot us in the air. Other than that, obviously the same drawbacks of snipers apply. That if they're scoped in, they're very blind, so if you can sneak up on them, do so. Dealing with NGs, we went through killing sentry gun and stuff, so a good thing to remember is that if you're shooting the gun and you fire a crit, the crit's got a good chance of hitting the gun and killing the engineer with the blast damage. So if you can get an angle of where you can shoot the gun where it's as close to where the NG is healing as you can, I find that helps. Obviously if you get an angle on just to hit the NG, I'd just shoot the NG before you can hit the gun, as killing him or his dispenser as well, and then you can target the gun when he's not there. So if you knock out a sentry gun and you go up to where it is, don't forget to destroy the dispenser and the teleporter. I often see people, and this applies to all classes as well, just go running past enemy dispensers and teleporters and things. The best way I find is to stay away from them. You can chip away at them with 4 or 5 rockets to deal with them. Using cover and shooting around corners like I showed you before. Another thing with a heavy is that if you get into a bit of a close range firefight with him, I find it best to bunny hop to jump around
Yep.
and try and strafe.
Yeah,
It
agreed.
puts him off a bit. It also has the advantage, and that works for every class, of him putting your back a little bit. And the further away you are from him, the more of his bullets will miss you slightly. Medics, I find it best to jump around and dodge their what's that needle gun called?
Needle gun.
The one that gives them the blood
Let's
When they've got a medic with one of them and he's pin cushioning you with his bloodsaga, you've got to kind of really hit him directly, do damage to him. Hitting him with splash damage doesn't really work as well because he's getting as much health back off you than he's losing through splash damage. And then going up against other soldiers, one tip I will say is not to bunny hop. When you're bunny hopping, you are a predictable target for your soldier who is trying to lead his targets, so he knows where you're going. When you're bunny hopping, you kind of guess where you're at.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
So if you're up against another soldier, just stay on your feet, and if you can dodge out of the way of his rockets while hitting them with your rockets, that's usually the way to win that. Obviously the first person to crit usually wins. One more thing I'd like to show you, something we tried last night with a medic with Kritzkrieg. The medic with the Kritzkrieg, when he Kritzkriegs a soldier goes firing off his rockets, and then he does that in about 4 or 5 seconds, and then the poor medics are left with a soldier who's got no one to Kritzkrieg and use his Kritzkrieg on. But if he shifts his Kritzkrieg onto a second soldier, and you can fire off 8 rockets out of one Kritzkrieg.
I'd like to thank Nick as well for in this session, and Riley. I think I certainly learned a lot. Yeah, hopefully everyone else has.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Oh, that's cool.